Did you know that it takes more than 200 years for your clothes to decompose in a landfill? Hi, I am Elena. For the last 50 years, from second-hand clothes, I've been making different kind of rugs. Let's look after our environment together. I'll show you what rugs I made from my family's unwanted clothes. Today I'll show you how I make Shaggy rugs. It is very easy to make and it is very tactile on touch. For making this kind of rugs, I use mesh. I found it in our garage and I cut it into pieces. If you don't have this kind of mesh, you can find something similar in all sorts of stores, DIY, home stores. I cut my mesh into pieces 40 by 70 centimeters. When the rug is ready, the size of it will be 50-55 centimeters by 80-85 centimeters. The sides of the mesh are different. One side is very smooth and flat. The other side, it has bubbles on it which help to grip on the tiles or lino, whatever you've got on your floor. So I use this side, the flat side. This is the side we will be working with. Making Shaggy rugs is a great way of utilizing your unwanted t-shirts. That instead of throwing in the bin, you can turn into beautiful rugs. For this particular project, I used 7 to 10 t-shirts. To show you what I usually do with the t-shirt, I will use the t-shirt that recently donated to me by my husband. I turn it inside out and cut off hem at the bottom of the t-shirt. Next, I'll cut off both side stitches of the t-shirt. Next, I will cut strips approximately inch wide, approximately. The whole t-shirt to the top, starting from the bottom. Next, I will cut off the sleeves. We'll cut off the hem of the sleeve and throw it away. And the remainder of the sleeve I will put into usual strips, an inch wide. Anything that less than 20 centimeters in length, I throw away. It's not useful. At the end of our cutting, we should have a lot of strips. And when we pull them, they should turn into a rope. This particular one won't. I will use them to make other kind of rugs, and I keep these kind of strips separate from each other, and I call them ropey and not ropey. This is my stash of not ropey strips. I will use them for making this kind of rugs. Stretchy kind of rugs, or ropey as I call them, I keep separately, and then I use them for making these shaggy rugs. On this occasion, I will use my stash of strips to show you what I usually do. Next, I will pull the strip like that, and it will turn into a rope. And I will do this to all the strips I cut. Then I will take my ruler and cut all the strips I'm going to use to the same size. You can use instead a pen, a notepad, a box of tissues if you don't have a ruler. This is how I keep my strips different colors separately from each other. It makes it easier to mix the color I'm trying to achieve in a rug. I mix the strips in a box, and I always start making the rug from the middle. For example, this one, I started from the middle. We're using pinky, lilac-y kind of colors, but soon I was running out of them, out of strips in these colors. So I started introducing different colors by just simply adding them to the box. As I said earlier, I always start from the middle. So to find it, I will fold the mesh in half and find where this middle is. Earlier, I picked up randomly one of the strips from my box. I will pushing this strip through the hole in the mesh and returning it back through the next hole. I'll make the ends even in length and knot them and secure. The very first knot is done. Every next strip I will attach not to the first, but to the every second square. It's again going in and out. The ends are even, and the knot is done and secured. And random, another one. 1, 2, the strip goes in, the ends are even. If we want to make a particular pattern, like a circle in the middle, or a square somewhere, or lines, whatever we want, we just simply draw a pattern on this mesh and then start filling it up with colored strips that we want. This is still the first row of strips. And now we will move on to the second row of strips. So what we are going to do, we are going to find the space between the knots, miss one row, and thread the strip through there. Pull the strip through, even the ends, make the knot and secure it. I am going to install more ropes in this row. I'm going to return for a bit onto the first row and start expanding by installing the new ropes up, down, and to the sides. It will look much thicker than the rope is ready, and this is from the right side, this is from its left side or the back of the rook. Your rook will be as thick as mine, that you can see now. This is the front of the rook, and this is its back. Please leave a comment, like my video, and subscribe to my channel.